best friend, Francesca Rossi Price. This shit, man.
God, thanks. Hi! How is everyone tonight? Hey, I'm doing fucking terribly. Thank you for asking. I had jokes before, but I don't know where they are after that set. I think it burned my brain. But that's fine. Forging ahead, I am a pretty forthright and abrasive person. It's a common comment. And I also have a slightly Gronk accent because I lived in America for 6 months and I had no concrete sense of identity. So I absorbed that shit like a sponge, which leads to two very common questions, which are, have you done comedy before? Which prior to this was actually no, sorry Jake. And two, are you from / did you live in New York, which is also a no. What this really is a very roundabout way of just asking somebody if they're Jewish. The answer is no. You've just misinterpreted my very wog face for a Jew face. No, so I'm not Jewish. I'm actually very, very, very Catholic. And by that I mean lapsed. So I was raised Catholic, which means that I'm into some freaky shit. Oh shit, we got some Catholics in the room tonight! Wow, you're all fucking awful. But yeah, no, I usually get the "Are you Jewish?" comment. Like, you seem a little bit sassy, and you're also dressed like a librarian. But a librarian that's in a porn? Like, it's like, Busty Brat explains the Dewey Decimal System. Also, she's your stepsister. Trending. So, if you couldn't tell, I like to sing. It's one of my favorite activities, as I'm sure it is for many of you. But I think that I'm being punished in real life already for my sinning, as opposed to having to wait for the afterlife, which is what we'd all anticipate. Maybe this is karma, maybe I'm mixing my understandings of religions. You don't know. So, I'm living just waking hell every day of my life, and that waking hell is men. Wow, great. Everyone's been betrayed in this room. But not in the way that you'd anticipate. So I've been around the block. Because why wouldn't I be? And all of my relationships have ended in a manner that doesn't really make any sense to me or others, and I can't help but suspect that it might be divine intervention. So basically, I have a habit of not talking about my feelings in a relationship and sort of burying that deep in some fucking dirty shit. So, like, as aforementioned, Catholic. Second, my dad left me at a young age. Third, I wasn't fuckable until about 3 years ago. I have a lot to prove. So, thanks guys. I give my all. So, when I've been not talking about my feelings and having some pity/hate sex, some unexpected results. So, once I was dating a guy that I admittedly didn't really like, and, you know, I was gonna break up with him, didn't really know how to, and so we were having, like, pity gross sex, and then the next day, he was like, oh, fucking surprise turn, bitches, my grandfather died, you have to be nice to me. But I wasn't. I was very unsupportive, and we broke up. It was a very easy out because I was the bitch. So I expected that to be an isolated incident because it should be. But I started dating someone soon after that, which was a mistake. Because I liked them more, which was a mistake. Because I'm going to do a quick interlude on this story to talk about dating writers. Which you yeah, hell yeah, physically recoil at that shit. The only thing that is worse is admitting that you dated a musician who only uses an acoustic guitar and a loop pedal, and they're really just trying to spiritually suck off the essence of John Butler. That got a clap, shit. That's what's worse. I've also done that. Told you I've been around the block. Yeah, and I have no qualms about using that for material because this idiot fucking wrote a series of short stories about absent dads after we dated. I've met his dad. Gary's pretty fucking present. He's a lovely man. Interlude over, back to the story. So, the usual pattern emerges. I don't want to talk about feelings. I'm just gonna fucking give him that sloppy toppy. It'll be fine. Let's not talk about it. Let's not think about it. Let's just go. You fucked up. I'm not gonna think about it. Next day, he intended to do a forgiveness grovel, which is my favorite. But I get a text message. Hey, my grandfather's in hospital? No longer an isolated incident. So you might be thinking, hey, that's only 2 instances of young men's grandfathers biting the dust after you've really given the goods. But I do not think it is correlation. I do think it is causation, purely because I'm nothing if not a narcissistic bitch. And I'm gonna make the bereavement of these young men completely about me. It's what they deserved. I suspect that my vagina is currently committing a type of grand pussy patricide that I never really anticipated, but fucking in it now. Gotta own that shit. Happened 2 more times. It wasn't twice, it was 4. It was 4 men. That's just fine. See, I think that this is quite the moral conundrum for men. I need to start pre-screening dates on this specific issue, but not say it outright. Hey, how are you? Yeah, no, great. I work it out and whatever. Your grandfather, has he seen Uluru yet? Has he been skydiving? Because the way this is going, I think he's got about 16 hours left. Just saying. What I'm getting at with this is I'm single. And I'm not so much ready to mingle, more so that I'm ready to help you access your inheritance a little bit slower than you thought. Thanks, that is it for me.
First time. No, imagine it, you. Intro did that, you idiot. Hey,